y'all, this is DezaNek. Welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe so you enjoy this ride. Yes, I'm coming to you guys with a different video. So about a year ago, I made a video on my experience on the Mirena. Mirena had been good to me. I had no problem with Mirena, but right now I am currently 10 weeks pregnant on the IUD. I know. Most people's like, why are you so shocked? It's not 100%. That's your problem, girl. You should have known it was only 99. Yes, I'm well aware that it was not 100%, but when you put all your faith in your birth control, you don't think that you could get pregnant on your birth control. Well, I didn't think I could, because it was just something just out of mind, out of sight. You see what I'm saying? Oh, my earring fell out. Let's try that again. Like I said, out of mind, out of sight. So with that being said, I am currently 10 weeks pregnant. I did notice around April, towards the end of April, that I could not feel my string. I made a doctor appointment. She couldn't get me until May. No biggie. May the 19th came, was my son's birthday. We celebrate his birthday, and I noticed around that time my boobs were on fire. Like, they were on fire like my first pregnancy, and that was really weird because I haven't had my boobs hurting like that since my first pregnancy. Even with my 2 other pregnancies, my boobs never hurted like that. So I was like, okay, that's weird. Then I also know around May 19th, my period was late. No biggie. I remember the doctor telling me that sometimes the IUD, hopefully you guys can see me, the IUD can fluctuate your periods. One minute you can have a period, one minute you can't. You might not have a period. So I'm like, I talked to my doctor about it. No biggie. So I had an appointment around May the 20 something. I think the 24th or something like that. I had an appointment around that time. I came in the doctor office, not thinking nothing of it. I peed in a cup. She told me everything from the waist down. Get down and get naked. So I laid there, and me and my doctor have a good relationship. She delivered 2 of my babies, so we have a good relationship. When she walked in and she was like red. I never seen her that red. I was like, what's she so red? Is she okay? I think she just had a good laugh or a good boo-boo. I don't know. I'm just thinking like, you good, girl? You look a little flustered. Are you good? So, she comes to me and she said, DezaNek. I said, what, girl? She said, did you take the IUD out? I said, hell no. Excuse my language, y'all, but this is my real reaction. I'm telling y'all how I acted when she told me this. She was like, your HCG levels, they tested high. They tested for positive for pregnancy. I said, I know you lying. She said, no, I'm not. And she was like, so the IUD is still in you? And I was like, hell yeah. I said, I never took it out. She was like, oh. She was like, come on, let's check. Because it could also be tubal. That's exactly what she told me. I was like, wow. So as I'm laying there, I'm like, wow, so it's tubal. I don't had a miscarriage before. I know this is nothing like a miscarriage, but I'm like, wow, this is bad. Like, this is serious. This is the first thing I'm thinking, like, oh man, this is serious. And then I'm also thinking like, I don't want no more kids. I'm good with the 3 of God. I really came in here to discuss not only getting the IUD out, but we was also talking about getting my tubes tied as well. So I'm like, no, this is, so if it's tubal, let's handle our business. Let's get it done. You know, this is what I'm thinking in my head. So as anybody that had a pep smear, you got to scoot all the way down. Scoot your booty cheeks all the way down. She told me to give her a good cough. And she looked inside. She was like, oh, yeah, it's in there. And I gave her a good cough, and she pulled it out. It was there, clear as day. It did not hurt. She was worried for tubal, so the first thing she did is send me to ultrasound. She was like, I do want you to know, if it's not tubal, it's a high risk that you could still have a miscarriage. And I did have 2 miscarriages in the past. I'll do a story time on the miscarriages, but I did have miscarriages in the past, so I know what a miscarriage feels like. She also knows that I had miscarriages, so she knows that I'm aware of what to look for, how to feel, all kinds of stuff. So she didn't really have to get into details about that because she knew I already knew. So with that being said, she was like, I want you to sit in there in the waiting room and wait till they call you back for ultrasound. The first thing I did, I didn't even go into the waiting room. I just sat in that room and just cried because I'm like, this is just not where I want to be. This is not a position I want to be in. It was just hard. It was a lot to take in. And my doctor was just so shocked. She was telling me that everything was going to be all right. She was telling me that I'm the first out of all her patients. She said it looked like it had tilted, which is why she said which is why she think that I could not feel my strings no more. So eventually I end up getting up and I end up going into the waiting room. They call my name. I go back there for the ultrasound. And she put it on my stomach. It could not pick up. It could not pick up. And she put it, I think I'm saying it right. It was a transvaginal one. The one that goes in your JJ. Sorry, TMI. And when she did that, it picked up right in my uterus. Of course, I did not hear a heartbeat, but she said it looked like I was measuring at 4 weeks. Her and my doctor was correct. It looked like I was measuring at 4 weeks. And it looked like I had actually just got pregnant May the 8th. And I was actually going into the doctor May the 20-something. I want to say 21st, 23rd, 24th. One of them 20s. And I just sat there. She gave me a minute. She wiped the extra gel that was off my stomach. Told me to come back in about 3 to 4 weeks. I said, okay. Told me to look for bleeding. I talked to my doctor afterwards. Told me to look for bleeding, just signs like that. The IUD might have some spotting. Told me how high my miscarriage rate is, being the fact I just had an IUD removed. She told me it is really high. So I went into the bathroom and I was crying so hard. I was crying so hard that I had to make myself stop crying because that's how loud I was getting. And then as I was crying, I heard a woman walk in. And she started crying, and she was on the speakerphone with her significant other. I don't know who he was, but he had something to do with the baby. And I'm meddling in on her story, and she says she was just going for an ultrasound, and the baby ended up not having a heartbeat. And I felt very selfish that I'm in here crying because a baby was conceived, even though it was unexpected. But my baby had a heartbeat at that time. I just didn't hear it, and it was showing up with a sac, and her baby didn't have a heartbeat. I felt really less of a woman. I felt very selfish. So at that time I was like, suck it up, DezaNek. This is what you gotta deal with. Deal with it. So I wiped my tears, said a prayer, and gave it to God, because at the end of the day, he got the final say so. If he want his angel back, he'll take his angel back. If he want his angel on here on earth with us for the time being, then he'll give it to me. So I came out the stall, washed my hands, and at that time, her husband or whoever the significant other is reassuring her, we'll try again. I love you. There's nothing you did wrong. Like, just saying everything the right thing. Saying everything that person needed to hear at that time. And she ended up hanging up, and she ended up apologizing to me that she was so loud. And I was like, no, you're fine. And I said, can I hug you? And she was like, yeah. And I ended up hugging her. And she didn't know my situation. I overheard her situation, but she just don't know that hug meant a lot. Because I needed that hug at that time, and I felt like she needed that hug. And it was just a nice thing that we shared together. I hope and pray that she gets her blessing. Baby dust her way. Like, really, baby dust her way. Sorry, y'all. That was just something that I experienced, and it kind of made me, like, suck it up. I really felt selfish that I heard this other woman crying so hard for something that I didn't want and she wanted. So yeah, that touched me in so many ways. Yeah, that touched me. But, yes, so I am currently 10 weeks pregnant. I've been knowing since May, but like I said, I just now decided to make this video after all the tears. I'm giving it to God. Like, I know it's not what I wanted. It was unexpected, but a baby's gonna be born. My doctor did tell me after 12 weeks, she feel like my miscarriage rate is going down, but right now it's still high. So I'll give myself to 14 weeks, because last time I had a miscarriage, it was about 14 weeks. So I'll give myself 14 weeks emotionally, mentally, because that just lets me know that everything's okay. I haven't been to the doctor back. I haven't been back to the doctor since I was 4 weeks, only because I was in denial, and I was scared, and I was overwhelmed, and I was frightened. So I am going to make a doctor appointment, since I have gave it to God. I've been praying. Me and my fiance talked about it, even if no, it was unexpectedly. This is just something you got to deal with. This is just one of them things, like, roll with the punches. So I just want to tell you, ladies, if you are on the IUD, just take that extra cautious, because missing your period could be a possibility of pregnancy. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not use condoms with my fiance, so we just really left it up to the IUD. So yeah, so, and it's not 100%, so I can't be mad. Everybody was like, sue the doctor, sue them. You can't sue nobody, baby. It's not 100%, and I'm well aware of that. But yes, right now baby is doing good. Like I said, I haven't been to the doctor, but no spotting. I haven't had no spotting, no bleeding, no cramping. The only thing that I've been having is nauseous. I've been so nauseous that everybody think it's twins, because the nauseous has been so bad to the point that I can't eat. So I will be going to the doctor and making a doctor appointment, and I will be doing pregnancy updates. I never thought I'd be doing pregnancy updates, but it's just something new in my life, and we're adapting. Just praying for a healthy baby, just a healthy baby. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe so you can enjoy this ride, because this ride is gonna get a little bit more chaotic. I didn't know I was gonna be in this position again, but hey, God got the final say so. You can say, yo, you want your life to go one way, but he's got the final say so. So I'm letting go, and I'm giving it to God, and he's been taking care of us, and he's gonna continue to take care of us. Like I said, I am currently 10 weeks pregnant. My due date is January 29th, 2020. So this will be my 4th baby. I have 2 queens and 1 king, so it'd be nice to have another little boy, but we're not so picky. We're not too picky right now. So thank you guys for watching. I will be making more updates and let you guys know what's going on. Bye.